Hello, good morning everybody. Welcome to Signatures. Today we are going to see the second diary entry. We have already seen Frank Ann's diary, and today we are going to the last lesson, that is Adrian Mole, aged 13, 3/4. So this is actually a novel written in the form of a diary entry, and the author is Sue Townsend. So first we'll see something about the author. So this is our pick. So let us discuss the second diary entry in this section. This is a novel written in the form of a diary through the perspective of Adrian Mole. So the main hero, if you can call him a hero, his name is Adrian Mole, the most famous adolescent hero in English literature before Harry Potter. So Adrian Mole എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഏകദേശം ഹാരി പോട്ടറിനെ പോലെ തന്നെ ഒരു ഫേമസ് ക്യാരക്ടറായിരുന്നു. ഹാരി പോട്ടർ പിന്നീടാണ് ഉണ്ടായത്. About Sue Townsend, the author. Her full name is Susan Lillian Sue Townsend. She is one of the Britain's most celebrated comic writers, novelist, playwright and journalist. She wrote repeatedly about the way ordinary lives are disfigured by politics. ഇപ്പോൾ രാഷ്ട്രീയത്തിൻ്റെ ഈ അതിപ്രസരം കാരണം വ്യക്തികൾക്കുണ്ടാകുന്ന പ്രശ്നങ്ങളെ പറ്റിയാണ് ഈ റൈറ്റർ എഴുതിയിരുന്നത്. Her ability to entertain without compromising her integrity was a gift that defined her and her writing. അപ്പം സ്വന്തം ഇൻറ്റഗ്രിറ്റി ഡാമേജ് ചെയ്യാതെ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ കോംപ്രമൈസ് ചെയ്യാതെ മറ്റുള്ളവരെ എങ്ങനെ എൻ്റർടൈൻ ചെയ്യാം എന്നാണ് അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ ഈ എഴുത്തുകാരുടെ ഒരു പ്രത്യേകത. Sue Townsend was born in 1946 at Leicester, eldest of 5 sisters. She got married at 18 and her marital life was never a bed of roses. അപ്പോൾ ഈ എഴുത്തുകാരിയുടെ വിവാഹ ജീവിതം ശരിക്കും പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾ നിറഞ്ഞതായിരുന്നു. 18-ാമത്തെ വയസ്സിൽ വിവാഹം കഴിച്ചെങ്കിലും പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾ പിന്നീട് നിരന്തരമായി ഈ എഴുത്തുകാരിയെ വേട്ടാടിയിരുന്നു. It ended in a divorce, that is when she was only 23, and she became a single parent of 3 children, Sian, ഡാനിയൽ ആൻഡ് വിക്ടോറിയ. അപ്പോൾ ഇവരുടെ വിവാഹ ജീവിതം വെറും 5 വർഷം മാത്രമാണ് നീണ്ടു നിന്നത്. പിന്നീട് 3 മക്കളുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അങ്ങനെ സിംഗിൾ പാരൻ്റായിട്ടാണ് അവർ ജീവിച്ചത്. ടു ലുക്ക് ആഫ്റ്റർ ഹെർ കിഡ്സ് ഷീ ട്രൈഡ് സെവറൽ ജോബ്സ് ഇൻക്ലൂഡിംഗ് വർക്കിംഗ് ആസ് എ ഫാക്ടറി ഓണർ, ഷോപ്പ് അസിസ്റ്റൻറ്റ്, റിസപ്ഷനിസ്റ്റ് ആൻഡ് പെട്രോൾ സ്റ്റേഷൻ അറ്റൻഡൻറ്റ്. അപ്പോൾ ജീവിക്കാനായിട്ട് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ കുടുംബം പുലർത്താൻ വേണ്ടി പല ജോലികളിലും ഏർപ്പെടേണ്ടതായിട്ട് വന്നു. Later she married Colin Broadway in her early 30s, who encouraged her in 1975 to join a writers group at the Phoenix Theatre, Leicester, where she became a writer in residence. So later in her 30s she got married to a man called Colin Broadway, who encouraged her to write. ശരിക്കും ഈ ഹസ്ബൻഡാണ് എഴുത്ത് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ കഥ എഴുതാൻ വേണ്ടി ഈ എഴുത്തുകാരിയെ പ്രേരിപ്പിച്ചത്. Here she wrote her first play, Wombarang, which won the Thames Television Playwright Award. അപ്പോൾ ആദ്യത്തെ ഒരു നാടകമായിരുന്നു വൂംബറാങ് എന്ന പേരിൽ വന്നത്. അതിന് തേംസ് ടെലിവിഷൻ പ്ലേറൈറ്റ് അവാർഡ് ലഭിക്കുകയുണ്ടായി. In 2007, she suffered from kidney failure and was put on dialysis. പിന്നീട് കിഡ്നിയുടെ പ്രശ്നങ്ങളുണ്ടായി, ഡയാലിസിന് വിധേയമാകേണ്ടി വന്നു 2007. After 2 years, her kidney was transplanted. In 2014, she suffered from stroke and she died at the age of 68. അപ്പോൾ സ്ട്രോക്ക് വന്നാണ് ഈ എഴുത്തുകാരി മരിക്കുന്നത്. 68-ാമത്തെ വയസ്സിൽ മരിച്ചു. Her works include novels, plays and works of journalism. In addition to this, Hugh is best known for creating the character Adrian Mole. So this is the character we are going to see. And for the fictional diaries of Adrian Mole, a character who is allowed to grow up from adolescence to the middle age. അപ്പോൾ ഒരു യുവാവെന്ന നിലയിലാണ് നമ്മൾ ആഡ്രിയൻ മോളിനെ കാണുന്നത്. പിന്നീട് വളർന്ന് ഒരു മിഡിൽ ഏജിലേക്ക് വരുന്ന ഒരു ക്യാരക്ടർ. The glory of Mole is his inability to see the funny side, his self-importance, and the way in which his diaries unwittingly accommodate his creator's social commentary. അപ്പോൾ ഈ ആഡ്രിയൻ മോൾ എന്ന ക്യാരക്ടറിൻ്റെ പ്രത്യേകത എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് എന്താ പറയുക, ഫണ്ണി സൈഡ് ഓഫ് ലൈഫ് കാണാനുള്ള ഒരു കഴിവില്ലായിരുന്നു. ദാറ്റ് മീൻസ് ഹി വാസ് വെരി സീരിയസ്, ഹി വാസ് നോട്ട് ഏബിൾ ടു എൻജോയ് ദ ഫണ്ണി സൈഡ്. ആൻഡ് സെൽഫ് ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻസ്, സോ അതായത് സ്വയം എന്താ പറയുക കൂടുതൽ പ്രാധാന്യം കൊടുത്ത ഒരു വ്യക്തി, സെൽഫ് ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻസ്. So throughout this diary entries you also find the writer's social commentary, അതായത് ഈ എഴുത്തുകാരിയുടെ സാമൂഹ്യ ക്രിറ്റിസിസം എന്ന് പറയാം, സോഷ്യൽ ക്രിറ്റിസിസം ഇതിൽ കൂടെ നമുക്ക് കാണാം. ഒരു സമൂഹത്തെ വിലയിരുത്തുന്ന ഒരു പറഞ്ഞാൽ നമുക്ക് ഈ ഡയറിയിൽ കാണാം. സോ ത്രൂ ദ ക്യാരക്ടർ ഷീ ഈസ് ആക്ച്വലി കമൻറ്റിങ് ഓൺ ദ സൊസൈറ്റി. The Mole books have been translated in 48 languages and sold more than 10 million copies. So it had become really very popular throughout the world. She is best known for her Adrian Mole books, a series of 9 books, diary entries of a teenage boy named Adrian Mole. So this is the most famous books, that is Adrian Mole books. ഒരു സീരീസ് ഓഫ് 9 ബുക്സ് ആണുള്ളത്. ദേ ആർ ദ സീക്രട്ട് ഡയറി ഓഫ് ആഡ്രിയൻ മോൾ, ഏജ്ഡ് 13, 3/4, which is under our study. It was published in 1982. Then The Growing Pains of Adrian Mole, 1984. The True Confessions of Adrian Mole, 1989. Adrian Mole and the Small Amphibians, 1991. Adrian Mole, The Wilderness Years, 1993. Adrian Mole, The Cappuccino Years, 1999. Adrian Mole and the Weapons of Mass Destruction, 2004. The Lost Diaries of Adrian Mole, 1999 and 2001. And Adrian Mole, The Prostrate Years, 2009. So these are the books related to Adrian Mole series. Her second novel, The Growing Pains of Adrian Mole, established her as a best-selling novelist. അതായത് രണ്ടാമത്തെ ഈ ബുക്ക് കൊണ്ടാണ് അവർ ലോകത്തിൽ അറിയപ്പെടുന്ന ഒരു എഴുത്തുകാരിയായി തീർന്നു. Adrian Mole books are written in comic point of view, in a funny way, the funny side of life. It is an entertaining account of various episodes in the life of Adrian Mole. The original name of Adrian was actually Nigel Mole. The novels were adapted for radio, television and even theatre. So many of the novels were made into movies and also dramas, plays. Mr. Bevan's Dream, Why Britain Needs Its Welfare State is her work of non-fiction. Some of her major plays are The Great Celestial Cow, 10 Tiny Fingers, 9 Tiny Toes, You, Me and We, Groping for Words and Ear, Nose and Throat. So these are some of the major plays written by her. She is the recipient of many awards and recognitions. She received James Joyce Award of the Literary and Historical Society of University College Dublin and the Frink Award at the Women of the Year Awards. In 2009 she was given the honorary Freedom of Leicester. So these are some of the awards she has won. Now coming to this book, David Williams wrote the foreword to The Secret Diary of Adrian Mole, aged 13, 3/4. So it was given a kind of foreword by this writer David Williams. He addressed the book as a genuine phenomenon. So that is a comment of David Williams on this book. It was a genuine phenomenon. The fictional narration is so realistic that it takes the readers to an elevated height where they feel it as a slice of one's life apart from being mere series of jokes. So when you are going through this book, you find as if it looks very real, very realistic narration, as though it happened really happened to that boy, Adrian Mole. Mole tries to depict vividly the life of his family and make them live through the pages of his novel. So actually he is writing about his family and his relationship with other people. Here are few bits and pieces from the novel that would be amusing to read and enjoy. So here what we are going to see is only kind of extract, not the whole thing. Some snippets from here and there. So very interesting, and we can enjoy the snippets, the bits and pieces. All these bits depict the teenager's anxiety towards the spot on his face, his self-pretensions on being intellectual, his worries about health, his crush towards Pandora, his girlfriend, and the effects of his parents' quarrel on him. So these are some of the things that we are going to see. That is, first of all, he is very self-conscious, beauty conscious, even health conscious, and then his self-pretension, as he thinks he is a very clever boy, intellectual, and he is also sometimes worried about his girlfriend. Her name is Pandora, and also family problems that he faces, the fight between his father and mother. All these things we are seeing in this short extract. The diary begins when Adrian is aged 13, 3/4, and ends with Adrian's 15th birthday. Outline of the text: The Secret Diary of Adrian Mole, aged 13, 3/4. The first part of the diary entries are some of the days in the month of January. Here Adrian expresses concerns and anxiety being a teenager. So this teenage is very crucial for every person. You become aware of your personality, your looks, your beauty, your health, and all that. The first entry is on Wednesday, 14th January. He writes about his first day on joining the library. He got 2 books. One was Care of the Skin, then Origin of Species, and also another one was by a woman. That book was Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. So he is writing about the books that he collected from the library after joining it. Adrian felt he impressed the librarian, and he added that she might be intellectual like him, and that's why she did not notice his spot on the face. So from the very first diary entry, we know how he is self-conscious, how he is concerned about the spot on his face and all that. Adrian also realizes that none of his teachers has noticed him as an intellectual. So he thinks that the teachers are not really recognized him or not acknowledged his intelligence. He also assumed his teachers would be sorry if he becomes famous. Yes. So once he becomes famous, it seems his teachers will become very sorry for not recognizing him as a very clever fellow. Next, he mentioned about a new girl in his class. Her name was Pandora, but she preferred to be addressed as Box. So maybe others are calling her as Box. She sat next to him in geography class. He also felt he might fall in love with her considering his age. So this is his first crush. That is a girl called Pandora. Next entry was on Saturday, January 17. Here he writes about Dr. Taylor, GP. GP means general practitioner, not a specialized doctor. His physician, to whom Adrian shared all his worries regarding his spot on his face, his family, and his poor diet. Dr. Taylor consoled him and often advised him that he was well nourished and to count on his blessings. So when he was complaining about his face and health and poor diet and all that, the doctor used to tell him that be happy with what you have, count on your blessings rather than looking at the negative side of life. He was rather unhappy about the National Health Service. So maybe because the doctor told him to cool down and look positive, so he was upset with the National Health Service. Of course, in European countries and all that, you have this insurance. You don't have to pay money and all that. You are already insured by the state. Anyway, because of his doctor's reaction and response, he was not very happy with the whole health service. Another entry was on Tuesday, January 20, titled Full Moon. In this, he talks about his mother who was searching for a job. He expressed his insecurity and dilemma about his vacation, his worry regarding who would take care of him and what would he eat all day. So here he is concerned about his mother who is searching for a job. He is also worried about his vacation and who will be taking care of him and what he would eat and all that. He was sure that he would be forced to eat crisps and sweets until his skin be ruined and teeth fall out. So these are some of his fears, that he will be forced to eat crisp. Crisp means kind of biscuits and sweets, which he thinks would ruin his skin and health and all that. He even felt his mother was being selfish. He even had a notion that his mother would not be good at any jobs, and according to him, she was not brilliant enough as well. So here he has a very bad opinion about his own mother. He thinks that she would not get a job, and she was not very brilliant enough. She also drinks too much at Christmas. So another negative thing about his mother. In the latter entry on Thursday, January 22nd, Adrian talks about his mother's interview for a job. He put across his fear regarding the situation at home after his mother gets the job. So here he is writing about his mother's interview and he is concerned about his home, what would happen if she is going for the job and all that. It was because as she started typing, she failed to do cooking. So in order to get a job, she started practicing typing. And then maybe she will not get time to cook. So he is really worried about that. He even felt his father should look into the matter seriously before their house gets shattered. So according to him, the father should take some serious step, maybe stop mother from going for a job and all that. Otherwise he thinks the family will be ruined. Next entry is on Sunday, January 25. It is titled Third After Epiphany, which means revelation. So Epiphany is a kind of feast in the church, Catholic church, Christian church. In the morning he was feeling ill with all the worries and was unable even to write well. So because of all these worries and anxieties, he was not able to write. He even complained that no one noticed him of not having breakfast. So he thinks that his parents are not really concerned about him. Even when he did not take the breakfast, nobody bothered. In the afternoon, around 2 p.m., Adrian had 2 junior aspirants and was getting better. Junior aspirin meant for small children. So after taking the aspirin, he was feeling better. He anticipated that once when he becomes famous and when his diary discovered, people would understand the agony of being a 13 3/4-year-old undiscovered intellectual. So here it shows his self-importance, that he thinks he is a great person, very intellectual, very intelligent, a genius. That when people discover his diary later on, they will understand what are the struggles he went through in life and all that. Later in the evening, around 6 p.m. and also 8 p.m., he thought about his girlfriend Pandora, his lost love. That means they broke up. Finally, during midnight, he had a crab paste sandwich and a satsuma. Satsuma is a kind of orange, as it was good for his skin. So this is the food that he had. Second part contains some of the entries in the months of February and March. In this, the first entry is on Saturday, February 7. Here he talks about the dispute between his mother and father for hours. That means the parents had a kind of fight. It started on an argument over the bacon in the fridge and went on to a raging exchange of words over the expense of repairing his car. So it started with a kind of argument over meat kept in the fridge. Bacon is a kind of meat, beef, and it went on and to some other subject like the cost of repairing the car of the father. These are some of the things over which they were fighting. As it became unbearable, Adrian went to his room and put his ABBA record on. So he got fed up with this fight between the parents. So he went to his room and put on the music. ABBA is an old album, music band. But his father became very angry and ordered him to turn down the volume. So father asked him to reduce the volume of the music. But when his father went down, he turned the volume up again. That day no one cooked dinner, so Adrian went to the Chinese chip shop and bought a carton of chips and a sachet of soya sauce. So mother was very angry, so she did not cook anything. Nobody else cooked. So he went outside and bought some chips and kind of soya sauce. The next entry was on Monday, March 2. In this, he writes about his mother, how she introduced the matter of the divorce to Adrian. So mother comes to his room and she is very nervous because she is presenting a very serious matter, that is she is planning to get a divorce. Adrian's mother tried to explain to him that she needed to find herself and that marriage can be like a prison for some women. So mother was very upset with the marriage, so she wanted to have a breakup. Maybe she was feeling as if she is in a prison. He felt his mother was becoming melodramatic, that means overacting. She was talking about adult relationship and life becoming complicated. So maybe I think the mother had a kind of extramarital relationship. However, he felt his mother was enjoying more freedom than what she was lecturing. So as a boy, he understood that actually the mother's complaint and all is not very genuine. Actually, she was really having a lot of freedom than what she was talking about. Later entry was on Sunday, March 8. It was titled First in Lent. Lent is actually the what you call Noambu Kalam, before Easter. In this part, he talked humorously about his mother's attempt at attending assertiveness training. It seems his mother went for some training in assertiveness. That means women trying to get equality and all that, women empowerment, something like that. Interestingly, men were not allowed to attend the same because it is exclusively meant for women. When Adrian inquired his father about this, he was told that his father was unaware of that, and he stated that it was bad news for him. So when he told father about mother's training, he said he was not actually aware of what was going on. Anyway, the father told that whatever this training was, it was not good for him. It was a bad news. That Sunday they had boiled in the bag cod in butter sauce and oven cooked chips for dinner, along with tinned peaches and dream topping. So he is talking about the Sunday special food. Boil in the bag means a kind of packed food. Cod is a kind of fish. That means this fish is coming in a plastic bag which can be put in the boiling water and can be cooked like that. And another thing was chips which was cooked in the oven, along with the peaches. Peaches are kind of fruits with a dream topping. Topping is actually that cream which you keep on top of the cake or the desserts for decorating it. That's the topping actually. Adrian's father allowed him to taste white wine, though he was not aware of it much. So that day he also got white wine from his father. Later they watched film on television. Later that day his mother returned and started bossing them around about the changes that are to be implemented in the house. So after all that training in assertiveness, the mother is coming and ordering them around and giving them some kind of schedule and all that. As a part of it, she went into the kitchen and prepared a chart dividing the household works into three. That means there are three people there, father, mother and of course the son, Adrian. That means they all had their own work in the kitchen. That is a chart. In the meanwhile, when Adrian pointed out his inconvenience in helping her by listing all his existing commitments, she did not listen to his words and even did not consider him. So he wanted to actually escape from that work. He told that, sorry ma'am, I had a lot of work, homework and all that. But she did not bother about that. In another entry on Monday, March 9, which was titled Commonwealth Day, he talks about the household duties entrusted him before going to school and after returning from school. So these are some of the duties entrusted to him by his mother. He had to clean toilet, wash the basin, then bathtub before doing his paper. Paper means homework. He had to prepare breakfast and put clothes in washing machine before going to school. These are some of the work schedule assigned to him by the mother. After school, he had to vacuum hall. Vacuum means cleaning with the vacuum cleaner. Lounge, that is the sit out, and breakfast room, that is the dining room. All these places he had to clean. He had to peel potatoes, chop up cabbage, prepare food, serve it on table, wash dishes and dry wash clothes. So these are the things that he had to do. Cleaning, apart from cleaning the room, he also had to cut vegetables and all that and wash the clothes. He had to feed dog. Besides, he even had to iron PE kit, that means physical education kit, and clean shoes. Later he did homework and took dog for a walk. Finally he refreshed and prepared 3 cups of tea. So poor boy, he had a lot of work in the kitchen. In this part he explains the bad luck of having an assertive mother. Yes, all these problems because we had an assertive mother who was trying to boss over them, giving them a lot of work and all that. In another entry on Wednesday, March 18, Adrian discussed his parents' critical stage of divorce. So they are almost coming to kind of verge of divorce. Both are fighting for the custody of Adrian. Yes. So now the crucial question is, who will be having the kid? Adrian. He expected him to be a tug of love child. That his picture would appear in newspaper. Here, tug of war, Vadambali. Here, tug of love child means here both the mother and father will be pulling him from both sides, like a tug of war. And maybe his picture also will appear in the newspaper because of this divorce. But then again, he was worried about the spot on his face than the tug of war between his parents. So when the picture comes in the newspaper, his picture photo, he was worried about his spot on the face, that will be seen in the photo. That was his main worry, more than the fight between his parents. In the last part of the diary, entries are some of the days during the months of September, November and January. The first snippet is on Monday, September 14. It was again titled Full Moon. After several months, he writes this entry. There's a gap in between. Here he talks about his school dinner. He started to dislike his school dinners then owing to change in menu. So there was a change in the menu of the school dinner, which he did not like at all. A typical menu was introduced, which included hamburger, baked beans, chips, a carton of yogurt or a donut, which was not enough for a healthy boy. So he was very disappointed with the menu in the school. In connection with this, he was thinking of making a protest to Mrs. Thatcher. Well, Mrs. Thatcher was the Prime Minister of England that time. So he wants to complain to her, it seems. The next entry is on Friday, November 13. In this, he talks about his girlfriend Pandora. They had a serious talk about their relationship that night and came to know that she doesn't want to marry him in 2 years' time. Instead, she wants to focus on her career. Adrian was devastated by her words, very terribly broken and almost in tears. He even told her to go for small jobs in cake shop, but she insisted that she wanted to go to university. Finally, harsh words were exchanged between them, and he says her words were harsher than that of his. So, this girlfriend had her own plans. She wanted to join the university and continue her studies, and she was not looking forward to any marriage in the recent future. So, they had a very terrible fight, and in the fight, of course, she was much harsher than him. The last entry is on Sunday, January 10. It was titled First After Epiphany. Here he talks about his father. He feels his father looks much older at 41 when compared to President Reagan at 70. So here he is worried about his father's appearance. He looks much older than Reagan, who was the president of America. He was 70, but the father, who was 41, was looking older than this President Reagan, who was actually 70. He says his father has no work or worries, yet looks dead haggard. Dead haggard means very tired and weak, in spite of the fact that he has no work and he has no worries. That's what he feels. Poor President Reagan has to carry the world's safety on his shoulders, yet he always looks positive and cheerful. Yes, as American president, they have to look after the safety and security of the whole world. But the father hasn't any worry, he has no job, nothing. It doesn't make sense to him at all, that the fact that his father is looking older than American president. On the whole, all these snippets give us a clear-cut impression about a teenager who is obsessed with his skin, who is concerned about his lost love, and who is hurt by his parents' strained marital life, and furthermore, he believes himself to be an intellectual, though he struggles with the schoolwork. Besides, he dislikes sports. So these are some of the things we can see throughout his diary entries. A teenager who is always worried about his skin, his look, appearance, and about his lost love, Pandora, and also about the parents who are always fighting and who are looking forward to a divorce. And of course, he thinks he is very clever and he dislikes sports. These are some of the things that we see throughout his diary entries. As we all know, Adrian is the main character, and it is through his eyes we see the whole events with a humorous tinge. So there is an element of fun throughout his writing. In a way, he is kind of anti-hero, someone with flaws, and that makes him one among us. So here Adrian Mole is a very realistic character with all the problems and weaknesses. So there is a question where we can call him hero or anti-hero. Anyway, he is a normal boy with normal problems and concerns. Flaw means weakness. So that makes him one among us, a very realistic character. Conclusion. The two diary forms discussed in the module are forms of personal narratives. First one, which you have already seen, is about Anne Frank, and second one is about Adrian Mole. We can see a glimpse of the foibles and tribulations of a teenager growing up into adulthood. Foibles means actually weakness. Tribulations means struggles of a teenager. In the process of their growing up, they come across various experiences in life, both good and bad. So you have both negative as well as positive experiences in their lives. These diaries discuss their perspectives of life on political, social and economic grounds. So, how they are looking at life, different aspects of life, that is political, social, and economic. Besides, these diaries convey all the dreams, anxieties, confusion, surprises, and insecurities of adolescents in a serious and comical way. Hence, both the works have their own space in the world of literature, which open up a wide range of interpretations of the same. So, here we have got a very realistic description of teenagers' life, their concerns, their surprises, their dreams, everything is very clearly portrayed in this diary entry. So, with that, we have come to the end of this lesson. You have a beautiful picture of Adrian with his girlfriend. So, we come to the end of this lesson. I hope you really enjoyed the story. It is goodbye till we meet again in the classroom. Goodbye.